Coach, your championship teams were built with defense first, specifically pressure defense. Last year, still a good defensive team, particularly around the basket, shot blocks, but you didn't really create the offense from your defense you have done in the past. Tell us your defensive philosophy, and will you have the personnel to play that pressure defense you love?
Well, and you know, Marty, you're a veteran to know. You don't do what you want to do, you do what you got to do. And I think losing a couple people last year and still having a terrific front line made us become a half-court team. We had no ability to pressure the basketball, so we had to change philosophically to force the ball into two very good shot blockers in Jessica Bradley and Paris Johnson. I think this year you'll see a little bit more of Aztec basketball. What's our philosophy is be fast, be furious. Like I like to tell our players every day, make people uncomfortable. Don't let the ball see. And conversely, offensively, we try to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that we have the ability. We have 7 new people. Do we know what we're doing? No. But we can do it fast. I'll use my associate head coach's Coach Wise line from scrimmage the other day. We really still don't know what we're doing, but it's kind of fun to not know what we're doing looking up like that. We've got 2 6-foot kids who can grab the rim. So we're a lot athletic. We're going to be able to get out in space a little bit more. And I think as this team gets to know each other and understands what pressure basketball is, we could be pretty good.
Well, you had 3 senior starters, really the 3 last players, full-time players from that great Sweet 16 run. And we're going to talk about replacing them on the floor, but what do you do, or who takes up the role as leaders on your basketball team?
The day after our season ended a year ago, I met individually with every person in the program. Unanimously, Chelsea Hopkins was voted the captain of our team. Remarkable for someone who hadn't played a minute in SDSU uniform.
Right.
But that's, obviously she'd been a redshirt, she'd been in practice. She's just the combo platter, Marty. Extremely intelligent, highly competitive, your highest worker, and really a unique trait for our age group of she has no fear. She has no fear of controlling a room. She knows right from wrong. She keeps people straight and locked in and focused. She's a great leader by example. And I think because of the kind of team we have, 7 new people, 5 freshmen, to have that kind of strong leadership is huge. Not to mention she's a pretty good player. It doesn't hurt to be a pretty good player. I think what she will do, we've totally changed our ball handling. You know, from Chelsea Hopkins to Kiana Stamps to Sojoya Griffin to a freshman Ajale Harvey. Very good ball handlers, very good point guards. Gives us a lot of different versatility and combinations. All of that is going to make the Courtney Clements, the Gabby Clark, that much better because we really can put it on the floor and find people who can shoot it, and I think we can shoot it pretty well.
I was going to mention the most important position on the floor. That's the point guard position. You've had a Davis there for the last 5 years, replacing Coco Davis, who was a 4-year starter. You've kind of already answered that, but tell me about what you look for in a point guard to run your system.
The beauty of basketball's like a symphony. You know, when it's done right, it's fabulous to watch. 5 people as one heartbeat. And to me, as a coach, our work has to be done in practice. We advise and improve during practice. But because of the speed of the game, because of the way we like to play the game, your point guard has to understand what you want as a head coach, what each person can do, and then incorporate. You can't play fast if somebody's looking over their shoulder, looking at the bench at you. You can't play that way. So I think we have to instill the confidence, whether it's someone like Chelsea who's very experienced to someone like Ajale who's going to play in her first college game. They got to know you got them. They got to know that we're following their lead. And I think that's critical. You have to have the comfort as a head coach. We all like to control things a bit. Have you noticed that coaches like to control things?
Absolutely.
You have to have the ability to let them play and trust in their floor leadership in order to play the style that we like to play. And I feel really fortunate that we have multiple options to do just that.
Terrific. Coach, on the roster you have 10 players, 6 feet or taller. I realize a couple of them, several of them are wing players. But you did lose a spectacular career in Paris Johnson and Jessica Bradley. Just fantastic careers. Talk about...
Both playing professional basketball as we speak.
Well, that's terrific.
Paris is in Poland and Jessica is in Spain.
And combined, they probably led the country in shot blocks. What is your thoughts about the post position and who will fill those roles?
I'll tell you this exactly. Quote from the practice floor. We better be pressuring the basketball because behind us you have 2 freshmen running into each other. And that's not a good decision. That's the beauty of what we do. We've got great freshmen. An unsung hero. We have a couple unsung heroes on our team. Kalina Tutt and Gabby Clark. They don't light up stat sheets. They are winners. They help us win. Kalina Tutt has been back-to-back most improved player on our team, playing in a pretty big shadow of Paris Johnson and Jessica Bradley. Played huge minutes for us a year ago. Without question was our 6th player. Understands everything that we like to do as a program. She has been fabulous with the rookies. Fabulous in helping us get them where they need to go. It's basketball. It's experience. We don't have any. So we're going to learn on the fly. Been really encouraged by the way they approach practice, how competitive they are. And the difference, Marty, I think when you have pretty good athletes, we have some recoverability. You know, last year we had no team speed. And so you did it exactly right or you didn't have success. We're going to do things a whole lot wrong, but have the athletic ability to still stay in place, make a play, block a shot, get in a passing lane. So what we can trust is that until we get to that well-oiled machine that I don't even know that we'll accomplish in a full season, we have the fitness level and athleticism to cover up for our mistakes.
Coach, I want to talk about recruiting. You've had some great recruiting success at San Diego State. Yet another year where your recruiting class is ranked in the top 20, which is fantastic. We're going to talk about those newcomers in a moment, but I want to talk about and hear what you have to say about your recruiting philosophy and maybe 2 or 3 things that you do. We're not going to give away secrets here, but why you've had such great success in the recruiting field.
This is not a secret. This is what Associate Head Coach Brian Dutcher says. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. He taught me that, so shout out to Dutch. Before I talk about recruiting, I have to talk to you about one of my best recruits, and that's Associate Head Coach Willia Woods, Coach Y.
Right.
She goes by Coach Y, does the Y. Another unsung hero. You know, people they see us. Coach Y is our recruiting coordinator, has been since I arrived at San Diego State, and is a large proponent of why we were 0 wins in 06 and a Sweet 16 in 2010. So that's the first part, because recruiting never stops. John Cooper, the former Ohio State football coach, once told me, everybody on our staff recruits an hour every day, no matter what the week is, no matter what the game is, because that's the one constant that'll keep you great. I believe in what Coach Cooper told me. We recruit all the time, 24/7. Identify people and players that we think will fit into our style. And then with that, you have 16 and 17-year-olds who might decide they like your colors and that's why they come. You know, who knows? You know, it's an inexact science. I'd like to think we're successful because we never recruit mass volumes of people. We target who we like. We get after it, and win or lose, we always have great relationships and move forward. So we've been fortunate there.
Let's break down your freshman class, if you will, and just give us a capsule of each particular freshman.
Okay. Are you afraid to say their names?
Absolutely. I'm going to allow you to take all the names. I'll come up with nicknames later, Coach, but not right now.
We got some nicknames. You are going to love, and rookies, if you're out there, you are going to
start with Arima. How about that?
You are going to love what Marty the Master is going to do with you. Arima Amarikwa is probably the person who's been in our program the longest, because we have been recruiting her, I feel like since she's been about 14 years old. Her upside is unbelievable. Huge feet, huge hands, great hands, tenacious, low block scorer, finishes, plays in space. We're going to count on her a lot. Every one of these freshmen will fight to be on the floor. Terrific. Every one has an opportunity to play. Emma, or as she sometimes goes by, is someone who is right there and has really done well in our workouts. Christina Hunter, she likes KJ because her middle name is Christina Jordan Hunter, and I know you like that.
Oh, I love it.
You know, you like a little KJ.
A little
Christina,
KJ.
way too many syllables for you. KJ, similar, big, strong body, good skills, good hands, score around the basket, can face up, put the ball down. I think a real compliment. We needed some bam. Both of those two give us some got to get one in the paint, bam. Then you kind of move to Charisse Desi Culberson. Charisse, I think, is probably the highest ranked, if ranking means anything.
Preseason freshman of the year in the conference.
Preseason freshman of the year in the conference. See, I knew she did something. I just couldn't remember what it was. I'm just teasing. Came out of Berkeley High School, had a terrific high school career. She and KJ played together in high school. Desi is a phenomenal athlete. Grabs the rim easily at about 6 feet from a 2-foot jump right underneath the basket. Really, really wants to be great. Has played on the interior, as I've tried to tell her. She wants to face up, and I've told her, Desi, if your high school coach did not put you in the paint when you're grabbing the rim, they would be your ex-high school coach. So you got to work with her on that. Just a really, really great athlete that loves the game, can shoot the three, and is really working on the medium game. She's working on her mid-range, she's working on her handles, but runs the floor. I really think all three, as I keep going, and then I'll say 4, and then I'll say 5, has an opportunity to really be special. Diogene Scurry, Nene, is just another one who is really, really skilled. See, sometimes, Marty, I'll morph a little bit back to recruiting. I like to recruit people who we call our wild cards.
Right.
They're not really a combo, they're not really a small forward, they're just great athletes that love to play. Nene is perfect for that category. Get about 5'11", grabs the rim, can shoot the ball, get in space, great offensive rebounder. The biggest difference I expect from a year ago, will we have the interior defense and shot blocking? No way. You can't expect to replace what those two kids did. But we're going to be able to get the ball on the glass and go up and get it. And that's what we have to count on. All 4 of these freshmen really are going to be impactful on the offensive glass. And then our final piece.
Angeli. See, I pronounced it correctly. Harvey.
Ajale.
Ajale, I was close.
Ajale. Think of it this way. The Wizard of Aj.
There you go.
That's what I call her. She's,
AJ.
Yeah, whatever you want to. Ajale Harvey, rookie, left-hander, great shooter, great handles, had a great high school coach in Donovan Blythe at Eastside Prep, and I really think being mentored by Chelsea Hopkins, a huge advantage for her, is going to be a special player. All 5 of those Aztecs will be names that you better get down because they're going to play.
You've been a preseason pick to finish 2nd, which is a compliment to your program. And one of the reasons why, and this will be my final question, the sweetest jump shot maybe in the country, I know out in the West, is Double C Courtney Clements. Talk about Courtney for us.
I'm really proud of Courtney, and I know we haven't done anything yet, but she learned so much. You know, how do you respond to adverse situations? You know, everybody's jumper can drop when you're up 20. How do you respond to adverse situations? So much to learn. Playing in this league for the first time. You know, this league is really difficult for those of us that are Californians. It's a whole different animal playing in some of the venues that we play at. Learned a ton, has attacked physically her body, leaned up. The eyeball test, she'll look the biggest difference from a year ago. Incredibly lean and strong and powerful, and her range is boundless. I think her commitment to being a good listener and trying to be a great player is really evidence in how she's walking the walk. I think, again, because of the speed of the leader determines the rate of the pack. I think the speed that we're going to be able to have on the push is going to allow her. You know, she had to come off screen. We're going to be able to create and deliver, and I think she's going to be a finisher for us. We're excited about how hard she worked, and hope she's going to have a great season.
As always, a pleasure to visit with you, Coach. Good luck, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Marty. Enjoy it.